夏威夷群岛中的最大岛屿比格艾兰岛，俗称夏威夷大岛上激增的火山活动集中在普纳下游地区的普纳地热公司周围。科学数据清楚地表明，普纳地热公司拒不承认一直在使用的水力压裂技术是引发熔岩流和地震的一个因素。更多的科学数据显示，水力压裂技术可能是故意设计的，以创造一种地质运动过程，使熔岩从基拉维厄火山顶部流入东裂谷区，从而创造大量新的火山喷发口，破坏地质稳定，并可能引发基拉维厄火山南部的 Allina 断层系统的大崩塌。由太平洋海啸预警中心制作的一段视频清楚地表明，地震的中心位于普纳下游地区，紧邻普纳地热公司。下面的录像地图描绘了最近的4月30日至5月6日期间所有发生地震和熔岩喷发的地点。熔岩喷发点主要集中在 Allina 庄园，它就在普纳地热公司的旁边。下面是美国地质调查局 US Geological Service 的地图，显示了普纳地热公司标记为 PGV 与当前火山喷发的关系。这张照片显示的是5月22日熔岩爆发时的情景，它与普纳地热公司红色圆圈处的距离非常近。从那时起，熔岩就开始流入该处地产，但仍然没有流进任何一口井里。科学数据清楚地显示了普纳地热公司就位于火山喷发的震中，这是巧合还是人为设计的？在我5月15日发表的上一篇文章和视频中，我写道，有科学证据证明地震与普纳地热公司的水力压裂技术作业有关。下列图表清楚地表明了两者之间的密切关系。自从我的文章发表以来，也有其他文章将普纳地热公司的水力压裂技术作业与地震联系起来，并提出了压裂是否引发了火山爆发的问题。其中最突出的是5月22日由 Jean Rappaport 发表在其博客上的一篇文章，标题为水力压裂法会导致夏威夷火山爆发吗？在我5月15日的文章和视频中，我提到了 Allina 坍塌 Allina Slump 现象，以及它可能与普纳地热公司的水力压裂技术作业有关。这个视频的评论区引来了很多抨击，但科学调查的事实确实表明，地震活动与 Allina 断层系统的运动有关。下面这张图显示了与东裂谷带相关的 Allina 断层系统。以下由夏威夷火山观测站绘制的地图，显示了最近的地震活动是如何导致 Allina 坍塌，向太平洋天文台滑落了大约2米的距离。从地质学角度来说，这种变化是巨大的。来自伯克利地震实验室发表的一篇文章解读了上面这张照片。虽然峰顶下的地震和东裂谷区喷发中心的地震是由岩浆运动产生的，但巴厘岛的大地震及其余震则有不同的成因。这一点在图2上图中变得很明显。它显示了夏威夷火山观测台安装和运行的永久 GPS 全球定位系统站是如何对 6.9 级地震做出反应的。红色箭头表示水平运动的方向，它们都指向东南方向。每个箭头的长度代表运动的范围，最长的箭头移动超过2英尺，这表明夏威夷南部海岸的悬崖侧面已经向海洋进一步移动了。这篇文章没有提到的是，5月4日的 6.9 级地震是由基拉维厄火山的哈雷马奥马2火山坑 Flame Human U Crater 的熔岩大量流入东裂谷区而引发的。基本上，普纳下游地区普纳地热公司所在地的火山喷发正在被基拉维厄火山 Allina 峰顶涌出的新熔岩所推动。从 Allina 庄园的新火山裂缝中渗出的老熔岩流动的比较慢，但最近的熔岩流高潮是由于基拉维厄火山 Allina 峰上的新熔岩到来的结果。檀香山广告商报 Honolulu Advertiser 美国夏威夷州最大的日报解释了这个过程。火山爆发的头几个星期， 火山口的熔岩呈糊状，易碎且移动缓慢，熔岩从裂缝中缓缓渗出。但科学家们说，周五下午的情况发生了变化，因为从一份测试样本中得到的初步结果显示出不同的熔岩成分，有一种更光滑、更新鲜、更热、移动更快的熔岩。下图显示了连接基拉维厄火山的盖洛峰、基拉维厄火山的普乌奥火山口和东列谷区的熔岩流的动态。斯科特·约翰逊 Scott Johnson 在 Technic 美国的知名科技博客上发表了一篇文章，进行了如下的解释：基拉维厄火山盖洛峰的主要岩浆腔似乎就在其顶峰的 Allina 火山口下方的几公里处。当火山的内部注入新的岩浆时， Allina 火山口的熔岩湖就会上涨升起，而连接着盖洛峰的熔岩管道和裂缝从山顶延伸到东列谷区。因此，在 Allina 火山口的熔岩升起后，熔岩湖有时会通过这些裂缝将新岩浆向火山的东侧排出去。这就是我们最终要讨论的问题：普纳地热公司的水力压裂技术是否在秘密地试图削弱地质稳定，以便为新熔岩从基拉维厄火山山顶排入东列谷区打开一条通道。如下图所示，在高压环境下，熔岩会沿着阻力最小的路径运动。如果我们跟上文中斯科特·约翰逊 Scott Johnson 发表的研究结论进行对比，就能得出任何地质学家或水管工都熟知这个简单的原理。这意味着，从1993年普纳地热公司诞生之日起，一些人就已经知道，在地下岩石上注入高压水及水力压裂技术的过程，会严重破坏地下环境，从而有效地开辟一条新的道路，使熔岩从基拉维厄火山山顶和普乌奥火山口流出。据与美国情报界关系密切的保罗·科林 Paul Collins 说，显然，这正是普纳地热投资公司幕后策划者的计划。据了解，夏威夷的地热发电站普纳地热公司有意用水力压裂技术来进行钻井作业，这样将把地球地幔层的熔岩重新定向打开，最终将在夏威夷岛内开辟和喷出一座全新的火山。而且毫无疑问，从美国地质调查局的图表和简报中可以看出，熔岩已经沿着东南的同一条直线前进了。实际上，熔岩已经在下东列谷区内冲出了一座全新的火山喷口，与被称为 Allina 坍塌的极其脆弱的岩屑区域相邻。Allina 坍塌区域由夏威夷东南部 10% 的陆地组成，目前已经滑入太平洋。伴随着新的熔岩三角洲的日益扩大，它们每小时约增大400米，这预示着将发生一场跨越海域的海啸事件。我在5月15日的文章中描述了如何通过Allina坍塌来制造超大海啸，这是创建普纳地热公司的不可告人的目的。该公司的所有者与罗斯柴尔德家族有关。我想郑重声明，我不相信这个计划会成功，而且企图在未来几十年内从经济和军事上削弱美国的巨大海啸也不会发生。然而，揭露这个计划是至关重要的。人们需要知道谁是他的幕后策划者。罗斯柴尔德家族在夏威夷进行了秘密的地球工程，这将通过 Allina 断层系统的大规模崩溃而形成巨大的海啸。必须指出的是，这是夏威夷在2018年第二次成为影子政府全球精英的攻击目标，因为某种灾难性事件会在经济和军事上削弱美国。2018年1月13日，一枚弹道导弹由美国中央情报局以下简称 CIA 秘密联系的海军朝着夏威夷发射，他们被称为黑暗舰队。这个尾旗攻击是为了把美国卷入一场灾难性的核战争。在我1月20日的文章里，我提供了文件和参考资料，说明 CIA 如何建立自己的秘密舰队。 并代表影子政府全球精英进行秘密行动。谢天谢地，正如我所讨论的那样，由于美国空军的秘密太空计划击落了导弹，这个尾鳍攻击计划失败了。从2004年起，我就住在夏威夷大岛上。2018年5月1日，当地震加剧的时候，我从普纳下游地区搬到了大岛的科纳一侧。我们地球上如此美丽的地方，正在被全球精英作为目标反复瞄准。这些灾难将促进他们的世界新秩序计划，这让人感到不可思议。我真诚希望各方对普纳地热公司的所有幕后黑手采取适当的法律和政治行动，因为他们正在秘密使用水力压裂技术，在普纳下游地区制造灾害。那些受贿的地方官员有可能同意了这样一项冒险行动，并对此保持沉默，尤其是那些制定了这样一项邪恶计划的全球精英。
Guys, the events unfolding out in Hawaii, are they a volcanic event or geological event? Looks like a volcanic event, right? But could it be the volcanic activity is the side effect of something else? Let me explain why. The article you're looking at here from West Hawaii Today was written back in February of 2018. It was written by the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory, and it's titled Volcano Watch. Slow slip event on Kilauea volcano's south flank is expected this year. Keep in mind, this was written several weeks ago. They were expecting this part of the island to shift, and it did. I guess it does it every 2.5 years like clockwork. This part of the island has a name. I did not know that. The name is the Allina Slump. It is a 5,000 cubic mile section of the Big Island of Hawaii on the south flank of the Kilauea volcano. And I guess it moves every 2.5 years, pretty much like clockwork. That's why they were waiting on it to move this year. It was due. If you look historically, you can see it happened back in 2015, 2012, 2010, 2007, and so on. Goes on to say, what is a slow slip event anyway? There's an article written by UC Berkeley out of California. They're talking about the same thing. Basically, what they're saying is this could turn into something much, much bigger. We're focusing on the volcano and all of the volcanic activity because it is a big deal. I mean, you've got vents opening up over here, one right after another, and they're pretty much in a straight row. As the crow flies, you can see there's actually a new one that's opened up today, fissure vent number 16. Luckily, it was out here in the middle of a forest or a big pasture, so no homes or buildings were in the line of the lava. But you can see it's still in a straight line with the other vents. So, kind of unusual. But this section of the island, I guess, could fall off into the ocean. Historically, this has happened in the past. There are debris piles down here. In fact, you can kind of see them on Google Earth. Apparently, there was a big one many years ago that created a mega tsunami because these slowly, over time, break off and fall into the ocean, sometimes in big chunks, sometimes in small chunks, creating underwater landslides. And again, the name for that section of the island is called the Allina Slump. Goes on to say, if we read the article, there's several here. I'll post all of these down in the description box below. This year, when it moved by 2 feet. You're looking at a GPS map that was put out by HVO, the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory, and it shows May 4th, 2018, that slow slip that they're talking about moved 2 feet. It could go further. But here's the thing. Over the course of many years, on a 2.5-year cycle, it moves. Like 1 year it moved 11 feet, 2 feet this year. One of these days, it could completely go. And when it does, it has the potential to create a mega tsunami. Let me read what it says here, and this is from a university out of California. Goes on to say, this type of motion is not new. It actually has a name. It's called the Allina Slump. During the last strong quake in Hawaii, a magnitude 7.2, on November 29, 1975, this slump slid toward the ocean by 11 feet. Another trembler, a 7.9, back in 1868, caused the slump to move as well, resulting in a tsunami with a maximum wave height of 60 feet. With all respect for the people who are being affected by the current eruption, the way Kilauea lava comes to the surface is rather tame. It crawls slowly along the ground, and one can easily outpace the lava, just with a leisurely walk. In this sense, the ongoing eruption is a slowly developing emergency, which gives people enough time to react and take shelter. A complete failure of the cliff at the southern side of Hawaii along the extensional Allina fault system, however, would generate a huge sudden disaster. It is estimated that about 10% of the island's total volume could be affected by the collapse. The huge slide could generate a magnitude 9.0 earthquake, which is comparable to the largest earthquakes ever measured on Earth. It would also generate a mega tsunami, with an estimated wave of more than 1,000 feet throughout the islands. Geological records show about 110,000 years ago, long before the adventurous Polynesian seafarers had reached the island chain, Hawaii was rocked by such a slump and engulfed in the resulting huge tsunami. And they also found evidence of this tsunami along the west coast of the United States. So what they call it here from the UC Berkeley report is the slow slip or slow emergency of this Allina Slump. That's what they call this. And eventually, it's going to move enough to where it is going to slide off into the ocean quite dramatically. History shows us that it's done it before. And what's interesting is they were waiting on it to move. They did an article about it several weeks ago. I don't think they were expecting it to move this much, because when it moved 2 feet. After it moved, after the earthquake, the lava disappeared from the Kilauea summit. And it's still gone. And one thing you have to keep in mind, let me show you a map here that's got some measurements on it. Mauna Loa is the larger volcano here next to Kilauea. I think Mauna Kea is the biggest at 13,796. Mauna Loa is 13,677. So they're both about the same height, but those are the two biggest. Kilauea is 4,000 feet at the summit, right? So here's the thing. If we're looking at the summit and we're looking down in the summit, lava used to be at the top, right up here. You could come here on any given day and look at this webcam, and this is the thermal HD view, and you could see lava up here, and it may fluctuate, a few feet, but nothing like now. I mean, it's disappeared at 1,000 feet. But, like on this map here, the summit is 4,000 feet. So it's got a long way to go. If it gets all the way down to the water table, that's when we could see steam explosions. But in order for it to get down that low, I mean, it's got to go a long, long way. That's a big event. For it to drop that far? Remember, the summit's over 4,000 feet. What we're looking at now is a 1,000-foot drop. And they don't know how low it's gone. They're comparing this to a 1924 event where the lava dropped below the water table. So it had to have gone several thousand feet down the summit. Went below the water table, allowed water to get into the conduit where the lava is at, and it created big explosions that threw rocks all directions. Here's an example of the 1924 ejecta. This is a map showing just how far some of that stuff was thrown. Very large pieces, in fact. So what happens basically is this, in a nutshell. The inner walls of this summit fall. They collapse down into the bottom, however far down it is. They don't know. And if it creates a seal, so to speak, to where it creates pressure, then eventually that pressure wins and it hurls these rocks that fall from the wall, the inner wall of this shaft, hurls them out in all directions. Sometimes up to, several thousand feet into the air. So that's what they're kind of expecting that to occur. But if this shifted and is continuing to shift, there could be yet another very large earthquake. And not only that, this has the potential of going all the way off into the ocean, creating a mega tsunami with a wave of up to 1,000 feet high. It's happened before. So I think that's why they're not really talking about the geological aspects of the event that's going on out here. They're sticking to the volcano. All eyes are on the volcano. And in fact, what I've done here at the website, MrMBB333.com, you can find the link below in the description box. I've created, actually I just reconfigured an already existing tab over here on the left-hand side. You'll see where it says Hawaii Update Vid. If you click on that, I've linked up the video from May 9th. And it's got members of the HVO, which is the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory, and scientists from the USGS, geologists. They talk about the events that are unfolding at Kilauea, and they mainly just stick to the volcano. They don't talk about any of the geological aspects of this event. But anyway, it's a good source of information. It's very informative, and you can find that at the website over here under the Hawaii Update Video tab. Over here on the right, you can click on this where it says SO2 and CO2. Takes you right to Hawaii. And there's the current sulfur dioxide situation. Dark purple, it's up to 298.03. That is very highly concentrated. So the link to the website is below in the description box. A lot of real-time data on here and news articles that are updated daily, sometimes multiple times a day. I'll post this article here that was written back in February. They were predicting this event. They knew it was going to happen, but they just never really know how big it's going to be. The Allina Slump. You'll learn about what the Allina Slump is, how it's connected to the Kilauea volcano, the southern flank. I'll post the link to this whole area here in orange, by the way, is under a code orange warning. And that's all part of the southern flank. The webcam looking down into the summit of the Kilauea volcano where there is no lava present. And keep in mind, the summit of the volcano is just over 4,000 feet. So for that to go completely down, it's got a long way to go. So if it drops 4,000 feet, then that means something over here has moved significantly. Because that's a lot of lava. And even though we're seeing quite a bit of lava over here in these vents, like they say in the video, if you watch the video I just showed you at the website, they even say that for that much lava to disappear from the summit, there hasn't been an equal amount, like 1 for 1. There hasn't been that much come out. So it's going somewhere else, and they don't know where. So they're very puzzled right now by this whole situation. But anyway, guys, all of these links you can find below in the description box. Information about the Allina Slump, possible mega tsunami. It's actually quite informative. I had never heard of it.
Evidence grows that Hawaii volcanic eruption caused by Puna geothermal venture. The surge in volcanic activity in the lower Puna region of the Big Island of Hawaii is concentrated in the area surrounding the Puna geothermal venture. Scientific data clearly links the unacknowledged fracking activity at the Puna geothermal venture as a factor in what is occurring with lava flows and earthquakes. More scientific data shows how the fracking may have been deliberately designed to create a geological process by which lava would drain from Kilauea's summit into the East Rift Zone so as to create large new vents that would destabilize the geology and possibly trigger a major collapse in the Allina fault system. A video prepared by the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center clearly shows that the epicenter of the earthquake activity centered in the lower Puna region is adjacent to the Puna geothermal venture. The following map from the video depicts all the earthquakes and the eruption site for the recent lava outbreak from April 30 to May 6. The eruption occurs mainly in Leilani Estates, which is right next to the Puna geothermal venture. The following map by the US Geological Survey shows where the Puna geothermal venture, marked PGV, is in relation to the current volcanic eruption. Here's a photo showing the lava outbreak and its very close proximity to the Puna geothermal venture, which is circled in red, on May 22nd. Since then, it has begun flowing onto the property and covered its first well on May 27. The scientific data clearly shows how the Puna geothermal venture, PGV, is at the epicenter of the volcanic eruption. Is this merely chance or by design? In my previous article and video published on May 15, I wrote about how the fracking activity at PGV has been scientifically linked to earthquakes. The following diagram was included which clearly showed the strong correlation. Since the publication of my article, there have been other articles linking the fracking at PGV with earthquakes and also raising the question of whether the fracking caused the volcanic eruption. The most prominent one has come from John Rappaport, who wrote a May 22nd article on his blog site titled, "Did Fracking Cause the Hawaii Volcanic Eruption?" In my May 15 article and video, I mentioned the Allina Slump and how it may have been related to the fracking occurring at PGV. This has led to much criticism in the video's comments section, but the scientific facts do show that earthquake activity is related to movements in the Allina fault system. Here's a map showing the Allina Slump system in relation to the East Rift Zone. The following map, produced by the Hawaii Volcano Observatory, shows how the recent earthquake activity led to the Allina Slump slipping towards the Pacific Ocean by about 2 meters, which is massive in geological terms. Here's how an article produced by the Berkeley Seismology Lab explained the above photo. Quote, "While the earthquakes under the summit and under the eruption center at the eastern end of the rift zone are generated by the movement of magma, the big event and its aftershocks under the Pali have a different origin. This becomes obvious in Figure 2. It shows how the permanent GPS stations installed and operated by the Hawaii Volcano Observatory moved in response to the 6.9 quake. The red arrows indicate the direction of horizontal motion, and all of them point to the southeast. The length of each arrow represents the extent of the motion, with the longest ones having moved by more than 2 feet. This shows that the flank of the cliff on the southern coast of Hawaii has moved further towards the ocean." End quote. What the article didn't mention was that the 6.9 earthquake on May 4 was triggered by the massive outflow of lava from Kilauea's summit, Halemaumau crater, into the East Rift Zone. Basically, the volcanic eruption in the lower Puna region, where the Puna geothermal venture is located, is being fueled by fresh lava from the summit of Kilauea, which is being drained towards it. While it began slowly as old lava oozed out of the new volcanic fissures in Leilani Estates, the recent upsurge is a result of fresh new lava arriving from Kilauea's summit. The Honolulu Advertiser explained the process. Quote, "The first weeks of the eruption saw pasty, crumbly, slower-moving lava oozing slowly through the fissures, but that changed Friday afternoon," scientists said, when preliminary results from a testing sample showed a different composite of lava, the smoother Pahoho variety that is generally fresher, hotter, and faster. End quote. The following diagram shows the dynamics of the lava flows linking Kilauea Summit, the Pu'u'o'o vent, and the East Rift Zone. An article by Scott Johnson in Ars Technica explained the process as follows. Quote, "Kilauea's main magma chamber seems to be a few kilometers below Halemaumau crater at its summit. When the volcano's guts gurgle with a new injection of magma from below, the lava lake in Halemaumau crater rises. The conduits and crevices that constitute Kilauea's plumbing extend from the summit region over to the East Rift Zone. So after lava rises in Halemaumau crater, the lake sometimes drains back down as the new magma moves on towards the eastern section of the volcano." End quote. This is where we finally get to the issue of whether the fracking at Puna Geothermal Venture was secretly an attempt to weaken the underlying geology in order to create a path for fresh lava to drain from Kilauea Summit into the East Rift Zone. As the following diagram of the East Rift Zone illustrates, lava follows the path of least resistance in a highly pressurized environment. This principle would be well known to any geologist or plumber if we use Johnson's analogy. This means that some would have been aware from the inception of the PGV in 1993 that the process of using highly pressurized water on subterranean rocks, aka fracking, severely compromising the underground environment, would effectively open up a new path for lava to flow from the Kilauea Summit and the Pu'u'o'o vent. Apparently, this is exactly what was planned by those behind the Puna Geothermal Venture, according to Paul Collin, who has strong ties to the US intelligence community. Quote, "It is understood that Hawaii's geothermal power company, Puna Geothermal Venture, purposefully drilled wells and fracked into the ground in such a way that lava from Earth's mantle would eventually be redirected to open up and spout a brand new volcano within the island of Hawaii. And sure enough, facts set forth by a USGS chart and briefing that lava has now been routed right along the same linear path southeast, which actually punched out a brand new caldera volcano within the lower East Rift Zone, adjacent to the extremely weak debris landmass known as the Allina Slump, consisting of 10% of Hawaii's southeastern landmass that was already slipping into the Pacific Ocean without the new lava delta growing huger, about 400 meters per hour on land alone, threatening a tsunami event from coast to coast." End quote. In my May 15 article, I described how the creation of a massive tsunami through a collapse of the Allina Slump was the secret purpose behind the creation of the Puna Geothermal Venture, whose owners are linked to the Rothschild family. I wish to state for the record that I don't believe the plan will succeed, and that the hoped-for mega tsunami that would cripple the United States economically and militarily for decades to come will not occur. However, it is vitally important to expose this plan and who is behind it. My view is that the Rothschild family has chosen China as the hub for the kind of new world order that the deep state or global elite would like to emerge. That would be an openly authoritarian state where AI technology is used to monitor citizens and quickly remove troublemakers expressing dissenting political views. The United States is the main obstacle to such an authoritarian New World Order being created, and secret geoengineering was therefore undertaken in Hawaii that would create a mega tsunami via a major collapse of the Allina fault system. If the plan had worked, then it is not hard to see how the US would have been unable to prevent a new world order emerging, based on China's authoritarian socio-political model, masked behind AI technology designed to appeal to a tech-savvy millennial generation. It is also important to mention that this is the second time in 2018 that Hawaii was targeted by the deep state and global elites for some kind of catastrophic event that would economically and militarily weaken the United States. On January 13, 2018, a ballistic nuclear missile was sent by a secret CIA-linked Navy called the Dark Fleet in a false flag attack that was meant to embroil the United States in a catastrophic nuclear war. In a January 20 article, I provided documents and references showing how the CIA has built its own secret fleet that conducts covert operations on behalf of the deep state and global elite. Thankfully, that plan failed due to the intervention of a US Air Force-based secret space program that shot down the missile, as I discussed in another article. Since 2004, I have lived on Hawaii's Big Island. On May 1st, 2018, I moved from the lower Puna region just as the earthquakes intensified to the Kona side of the Big Island. It boggles the mind that such a beautiful part of our planet is being repeatedly targeted by the global elite for catastrophes that will facilitate their New World Order plans. I sincerely hope that appropriate legal and political action is taken against all those behind the Puna geothermal venture for their role in the devastation that is being caused in the lower Puna region by their secret fracking, the local county officials that were likely bribed to remain silent over the risk of permitting such a venture, and also against the global elites who put together such a nefarious plan. This has been Dr. Michael Sala with exopolitics.org. Thank you for listening. Aloha.